Welcome into the Players Table, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. Casey Phillips here with my handy-dandy co-host, Will Gholston. And what an amazing guest we have today, Mike Evans. Mike, thanks for being with us, man.
Appreciate you having me, Casey.
First of all, 132 yards in your return to action. I'm sure none of us were surprised because at this point you could literally do anything and we all believe in that. But, did you expect you'd be able to go off for that your first game back?
It wasn't even about a certain number I was trying to reach. I was just trying to do whatever I could to help the team win. And, they targeted me, and I made some plays, but, it wasn't enough.
How did it feel for you out there just to be able to know that you were able to do that right out of the gate and know that you are going to be in this position to help the team at such a crucial stretch to that level?
Yeah, I was excited for the opportunity to return. I've been missing the guys, missing the team, wanting to help us get wins. And it felt good to be back out there. I was a little cautious at first, my first time in 2 months playing. Had to see how the bone was going to hold up. After I hit the ground a couple of times, it was apparent that I was going to be close to myself.
Yeah, I imagine that's got to be kind of a wild feeling of you're thinking about the football, but you're also wondering how your body's going to hold up. Will, tell me what it was like for you to watch this whole offense, just full strength finally after all this time of watching all these wide receivers. We wondered what it would look like for you sitting there watching. What'd you notice about that offense?
It looked good. It looked good.
It looked pretty good.
They was throwing that thing around. As Mike said, it wasn't enough, but it looked good. I'm very optimistic when it comes to the Bucs. So, yeah, I'm excited for these next three.
Yeah, we showed a fraction of what we can be, and that's the exciting part.
Yeah, and Jalen coming back as well. It had to be kind of fun for both of you to get to make that return at the same time. And what was it like to watch him and knowing he'd missed even more time coming back in that debut?
I mean, it's amazing what he overcame. Like a fractured neck, that's nothing to play with. And me and him were working out together and conditioning, trying to get back. We didn't know if we was going to be able to make it back for Thursday night. And I told him I was playing Thursday night. He said, "I'm coming back with you." And so we were just conditioning like crazy for the week leading up to the Thursday night game to try to, come help the team win.
That's pretty cool the way you inspired
I'm proud of him,
and
he's an underrated player.
Yeah, and what did you notice about the way he played that stood out because there's, again, I imagine there's always going to be some rust, some stuff, and for him to come, God, I wanted that touchdown for him on that play.
Over 4 months, I was about to say, you couldn't write it any better. It looked like, from my vantage point, it looked like it was really close. I wish they would have gave it to him.
Yep.
But I'm happy that he came back, and he's playing like himself too. Was blocking in the run game, wasn't worried about physicality. Had my back on that one time I got flipped. So he was himself.
I think I speak for all Bucs fans that we all stopped breathing in that moment. What was it like for you?
I stopped breathing a little bit too because the way I hit the ground, I kind of took the wind out of me. Saw stars for a second. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't see stars, but I did get snapped in a weird way, and that really, ironically, it gave me the most confidence that I needed, the final piece, because I had hit the ground before that. But that one, if I could take that, that's the biggest hit I've had all year.
Also, let's be honest.
The most awkward fall.
That was probably the most flexibility I've ever seen you display as well. You basically folded in half.
Yeah, my back was hurting a little bit after that. But it woke me up and it gave me the confidence to just go play hard.
And then Chris got his first touchdown of the season, which was his 40th of his career, which now means you two are the only Bucs to have 40 receiving touchdowns in franchise history. How cool is it to just hear when he's the guy joining you? I mean, every dang list is you and Chris at the top of it, and there's just another one that he now kind of joins you of just the two of you guys up there, and how cool to see him also coming back all this missed time playing at such a high level.
I mean, one of my favorite teammates ever, one of my best friends. To be in the Buccaneers, record books with him, it means a lot to both me and him. And it just shows our, unselfishness. I mean, he could have went to a different team and, get 40 touchdowns. He could probably have 70 plus right now. But me and him, we just want to win. And we know there's only one football, but we're doing everything we can to win. We sacrifice numbers, sacrifice money to be a part of this organization. And for me and him to be at the top, it means a lot.
We're talking to Mike Evans and Will Gholston. Will, just overall, we talked a bit about what that offense looked like, but just kind of big picture takeaways from the game. We know tough one for the team, and I know you know what it's like to be in that locker room now. So what was kind of going through your mind as you watched the end of the game and watch those guys knowing what it's kind of like to be on that side of it?
You got to make the plays that are available for you to make, and there's a few things left on the bone. So capitalize on those opportunities. Tighten. I always say you got to tighten the screw every week. Execute the game plan. But I think that my biggest take on it is make the plays that's available. There's a lot of plays that was out there that could have been made. They weren't. Football's football, players play, coaches coach. But I'm excited, though. I'm still excited about what we can do these next 3 games.
And then knowing that both of you have been in, the vet leadership position for several years on the different team, like when you look at a game like this that is a tough one emotionally, mentally, and knowing just the importance of these next games, like, Will, what do you remember about what needs to happen inside the locker room, how players handle it? What is the times you've seen it not go the right direction and how to respond versus when you see the right way to handle it, and what's kind of that difference there?
It's all about the leadership. We got a great leader right here sitting next to me. The way that the leadership, the way y'all practice, you've seen it, the way y'all practice, everybody's going to feed off that. The way Mike played, like, all right, he came back, he ain't playing 2 months, he played great, I got to step my game up, I got to step my level up. And as long as they have that drive and determination, they'll be able to execute. It's a good thing we play in the same team twice. So we got an opportunity to be able, like I say, tighten up these screws, go win into the playoffs. Let's win all 3 and go to the playoffs winning. What'd you think, Mike?
I mean, same. I mean, obviously, we wish we could have won that one, but we played the Panthers twice, and that's ultimately what it's going to come down to. So we got to come with it every week. We can't panic. We've been here before, so we know what to do. Just keep playing our game and take it to that next level if we want to be playing in the postseason.
What have you seen about how effective it is of like vocal leadership versus like just doing things the right way and having people watch? And when is there a time for each thing? And is it just kind of different per guy, or for you, what's your mindset on the vocal leadership versus just let me show you how it's done?
I've always been the more just try to show you how it's done. I've been vocal at times in my career. I was a little bit vocal this past game because it's my first time back. I was a little emotional, a little extra emotion for me. But just we know what to do. Like, we don't panic. Like, we have a great group of guys. Even like our young guys are in leadership roles. So we're not going to panic in these situations. And like, I've always been the type to just lead by example. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So this week, practice hard. And I'm sure everybody else will as well. And then go out there and execute the game plan and bring back a W to Tampa.
When you talked about the extra emotions with it, what did it feel like to you to run out for that game? It was cool that it was the offense's chance to get introduced, and you and Jalen are back. And what was that like to hear that, to be back in front of the crowd and be this primetime game and the vibes, and how did it feel maybe different even than some other games because of that for you?
Just when I thought the game was taken away from me. I thought my first time having a big time surgery or a big time injury. I've just had the hamstring injuries in my career, and I didn't know how I would process all that, but actually it was smoother because I had my family, my wife taking care of me. My teammates were uplifting me, and Dr. Dombey and Bobby told me I'd have a chance to play, and that's all I needed to hear. And so when I got out there on Thursday night and I was walking out that tunnel, like, I knew that moment was coming, but it felt really great, and it was a special time for me that I was able to come out there and contribute.
Can I ask a question for you? So how did you, I know you're a passionate dude. I saw it come out at the end of the game, and I know I like the dog that you play with. How did you keep that in check? Because you was going that. I remember got the pass interference call.
Yep.
What? I could see what you said. I didn't hear what you said. But that's the Mike that I know. So how did you keep your passionate ways and the culture that you play with, how did you keep that in check throughout the whole game?
It was, like I said, it was really tough because usually I'm under control especially like the past 5 years. Early in my career, I'd cross the line a little bit. You know what I mean? And
football.
And I've learned like how to hone that in. But this one, it was extremely tough. When it came to the officials and talking trash, like, I was just chilling. But when I was on the sideline talking to guys, I was a little more animated and just trying to be more vocal to let them know like how serious this was and we needed to win this game.
So you learned like where to have the outlet moments, not at the refs, at the guys on the
don't get flags when you're dealing with the officials and things like that, but just trying to play with that passion and show everybody how much it means.
Yeah.
And then we have to talk about, so Sean Tucker gets a touchdown, big Vita in there at fullback. Yeah. Do y'all get as excited to see him run out there as I do? Because every time I'm like, this is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We knew we got the Vita package in almost every week. We don't call it every week, but we watched it on film today. Number 0, he's a big middle linebacker. He's pretty big. He's like 6'3", 250 pounds probably. And he met Vita in the hole, and Vita just moved him out the way. And he did his best, but Vita's is tough to deal with. He's a load.
If I saw Vita coming at me, I'm making a business
Taking his
decision.
legs out.
Like,
I don't
that's
know what
just,
the heck.
I cannot
It looked like
imagine.
he went low, though.
He tried.
He tried to go low, but Vita like just stood him up and like pushed him back and then tucked his
But it
right
looked
in.
effortlessly. Or like when they replayed it,
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, it didn't look like he was trying to block him
I
that
didn't
hard
see
at
it.
all.
I didn't even see it. I just seen Tuck score a touchdown, but we watched film today, and it was like, wow.
I had the firsthand spectator view. That's awesome. I get to see it on the screen. Like, man, this is enjoyable up here. Yeah.
And I love now we've had Vita involved in this one, and then we had Tristan catch a touchdown as a wide receiver. Evaluate Tristan as a wide receiver. Give me your scouting report. What did we think of that?
Is he a receiver or a tight end?
Oh, it's a good question. Either way, a receiving tight end. We'll go with that.
He caught the ball very well for his first target of his career.
Yeah.
I will say. He was backing up wide open, and the wide open ones are hardest to catch. People see me drop the wide open ones, and that's the easiest part. It was just a focus thing, but he caught it, plucked it, and he has the same amount of touchdowns as me this year.
How about that?
No, it's the truth.
Amazing. So we should have drafted him in fantasy, is what we're hearing.
He got more points than a lot of guys be getting sometimes.
That is so funny. That's like a great trivia question of who the same amount as Mike Evans in this year. I just love watching anytime a big man is involved in a score. It's like it's the best feeling. Yeah. And I don't know. I just love whenever they're all competing with who wants it as well. So who else do you feel like deserves a big man touchdown on the team?
Not outside of Vita and Tristan?
Mm-hmm. If you were to draw up another one, who would you give it to?
Like who's the most athletic or who deserves it most?
Oh.
Which one?
These could be, you can answer both. Yeah, now I want to hear both. Yeah.
I need both. Most athletic first.
Most athletic is probably, is a D
outside
of offensive lineman.
Any big man. Outside of Tristan and Vita.
Whew.
No pressure.
That's hard. I know it's so hard.
It'll take two if you got to.
Yaya Diaby.
Oh, I like that. Yep.
I hope he's a freak of nature.
What position? Running back or catching?
Put him at like tight end or something.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And the most deserving?
Yeah.
Or who would you just want to like? Who
I want Ben to get in there, man.
Oh,
Ben
Bredesen.
Yeah.
Ben Bredesen or Cody Mark.
Yeah.
They're my guys, man. They've been going through it. They've been having injuries all year, and they just give this team everything they got. So if they got in the end zone, I'm sure that would
be pretty
awesome.
I like it. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the Players Table, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. We're talking to Will Gholston and Mike Evans. This is Buccaneers Radio. Welcome back into the Players Table, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. Casey Phillips here with Will Gholston and Mike Evans. So I know we touched on it a little bit in that first segment, but you brought up that this injury was very different for you than just, a hamstring. You miss a game or two, or even last year where the hamstring had to miss a little more time. This is surgery. It's very different. So what did it feel like when you realized that in the moment that, like, I've been hurt, but this is, like, injured?
I think, like, whenever I was setting up the surgery, so I got hurt on Monday night, and then we scheduled the surgery for Friday, and I'm just thinking to myself, damn, I'm about to go to surgery. Like, I've never had a surgery, like a football-related surgery ever. And, I was just, I was praying a lot, just thanking God for all the opportunities, because it could have been a lot worse, really, like just a collarbone. And it was painful, but the pain wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The surgery went really smooth. My rehab went really smooth. So I'm just thankful to God that I was able to just get through it and just play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel like yourself when you came back from it?
It's playing.
Yeah.
It took me a while. It took me about halftime. I was ready. I felt good, really good.
So during the rehab, what was similar or different rehabbing this versus, hamstrings or other things?
So my lower body was actually pretty fresh because I had some time off. My hamstring was hurt before, so now that got to fully heal. So which is a blessing in disguise in itself. I was having back tightness early in the season, and my back got to heal. But upper body, the sleeping, playing video games, playing with my kids for the first couple of weeks was tough. But I rehabbed it and got it back strong.
And then what was it like to realize, or how quickly, I guess, did you realize about the 1,000 yards? Because we talked about this last year. You go down with the hamstring and everyone's thinking about the 1,000 yards. And when I think everybody knew this was a different kind of injury, how quickly did you think about it and start hearing people talk about it?
I thought about it even before that injury. I was like, this is going to be a tough year for me to get it because how teams were playing me the first few weeks of the season. I was getting the team's best corner with help all over the field. Like, man, like they really don't want me to get any yards. They don't want me to make an impact in the game at all. That's what defense is. The first 3-4 weeks or the four times I've played, and I thought it was gonna be tough then. And then I break my collarbone, concussion in one, and then it was over. Like I knew it was over. My friends and my family, every time they saw me, for the first part of that we're talking about it, and I was like, look, y'all, I appreciate it. I know y'all know how bad I want it. I know y'all want it too, but it's just one of those things that wasn't meant to be, and that's okay, and I'm cool with that. I'm tied with Jerry Rice, one of the greatest ever, if not the greatest player ever. So that's enough for me, and I just want to help my team get to the playoff now.
I imagine having tied it last year did help. That if this was last year, would you have been a little more heartbroken?
It's tough to say, but I'll probably say yeah.
Yeah.
Because I could fall back on at least I tied it. And I never even thought about even this record at all. Those consecutive 1,000-yard seasons and the whole history of the NFL, I never even thought about it.
I'm still optimistic, Mike. 350, 2 games, we good. We in there.
I
just had a really slow start, too, so that's what hurt.
I do think, when I think about in general, just, the someday Hall of Fame, campaign that we're going to put on, which won't be hard, but I feel like I would lead with the fact that when this injury happened and people started calculating when you'd be back and like, well, he only needs, and it was like, just an insane amount of yards per game. And I was like, I think he can do it. That like people were fully on board with this. Is that cool to think about, that even whether it's kind of a joke or kind of not, that people have that kind of faith in you and they want this for you so much that they'd start coming up with these crazy scenarios to try to figure it out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Really, that actually was the hardest part, because how bad my teammates, my family, my friends, the fans, everybody wants it. Like everybody's thinking about that. And at this point, even more than me, because like I know it's out the window. And so they're saying, all right, 250, 300, 250. I got 200-yard games in my whole career. Yeah. Like I know I'm a player that can take over games, but after a while, the defense is going to start sending a lot of players at you and then take you out the game.
And I know we got to have, because the documentary just debuted this last week, and we'd had a big event for it as a sneak peek a while back. And now, whether people have seen the documentary that night or the premiere night, there's a big chunk that's about your 1,000-yard record and getting it last year. Was that cool for you to realize that in a documentary about the entire 50-year history of the team, when there are so many players and stories and moments, like they wanted to give you that moment for you, such a big chunk of it? What was that like when you realized how important that was for the documentary and for the fans?
I need to check out that documentary. I know it's going to be great. I know we saw it at the opening or whatever that was.
Yeah, the sneak peek event,
Yeah, that was a fun event. I'm happy I went to that, because usually I don't want to go to events. But that was one of my favorite ones I've ever been to. But it's special. 50 seasons in Buccaneers history, and, I'm in the history books as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, tied with Jerry Rice. I mean, that's amazing. You can't even think of that as a kid, like to draw that up or dream about that. So, I've been blessed to be a staple with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Forever grateful.
When you watched that clip, what stood out to you? And you're hearing all teammates, coaches, people talk about it. What was it like for you to watch the moment again like that?
In front of all those people? Or
just watching like what they were all saying in the documentary, just to see it recorded. No, the clip, we did see the clip that night at that event.
What were they saying? I can't even remember.
See, he blacked out.
I just remember the play.
Yeah.
I just remember the play with everybody, like, and I just, and I don't even remember what they said. I got to go back and watch it.
Did you think you was going to get it when Bucky ran that touchdown there?
Yeah, no, I actually was confident. I was confident that we was going to get the ball back, and even if we stopped them, that Todd Bowles, Liam Cohen, and Baker for sure wanted me to get it.
Yeah,
like that's all they were like worried about, like stopping them. They didn't even care about the playoffs. They're like, stop them, so we get Mike this ball. So I was appreciative. I was just locked in. Jalen McMillan's telling me, Mike, you don't care about that record, do you? And I'm just like staring into space, like we gotta get this ball back, and then we get the ball back, and it happens.
And then what did you say to Jalen after the game?
I said, hell yeah, I care about the record.
That was one of my favorite moments. Is really, and I love the intention behind.
Yeah, because I remember them. I was not even trying to. I was like, yo, we gotta get this ball back right quick, and then I'll answer that question.
I feel like I wouldn't have even tried talking to you. I feel like
he's
you
a
were
rookie,
so
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got a good relationship with
Locked in Mike is a whole other thing. Locked in Mike, I feel like I would have taken a wide circle around, been like, I'm gonna let him have his moment.
Like
He's
a
locked
title
in.
fighting boxer.
Exactly, that's what it is. We're talking to Mike Evans and Will Gholston. So I know during your rehab, you were getting to rehab with Chris, which of course neither of you ever want to see the other one hurt. But how did that maybe help you guys actually going through that together a bit, both last season and this season, to be there for each other?
It was like added motivation because where we were sitting in the season, like we were playing well. I think we were 6-2 at a time. He re-aggravated his ankle or something like that, and we just got to talk even more and give each other extra motivation. Like, yo, we got to get out there with a Mecca. And then J-Mac's still rehabbing. We don't know when he's gonna return. And then we're like, yo, what if we all come back together and we can really truly be what we think we can be? And that's one of the best receiver groups on the planet. And, we're trying to get into that form right now and help this team continue to make plays.
And Will, watching, guys like these when they're all hurt and then watching the young guys like step up, like how impressive was that to see the way that like they handled it when, you'd think Mike and Chris go down and Jalen's out and like it'd be so easy to just kind of like, oh man, like I don't know what we're going to do. But it didn't feel like anyone did that.
I think that was the scenario awful, right? But it's the best symphony of next man up because all of the younger guys stood up, kind of forgot that they were young except for when they was making those plays. Like, oh, wait, this is still a rookie. This is still a young guy. Then you got Shep being a leader in there as well. So it was awful to see, but it was also amazing to see. It was a great silver lining in that. And then, like I said, to see all these guys back, I was looking at the formation like, oh, that's Mike, got Chris over there, Jalen over there, and making this. It's going to be crazy. Like, once it's full gear, full force, full going, it's beautiful to see. I'm too excited. I don't want to say too much. I'm just really excited.
Really excited.
Yeah.
What stood out to you about the way that guys like Tez, Shep, Emeka stepped up while you guys were gone when you were watching? What made you the proud unk in that room watching them?
Just everything. They did everything. The way they blocked, the way they showed energy and passion for everybody on the team. Like, they are a big part of why we started so great. Obviously, I wasn't there. Chris wasn't there. And they just act like nothing, no drop-off. They just kept balling, and they had a great camp leading up to it. This is one of the best receiver groups I've been a part of, not as far as talent, obviously, but the way that, we have each other's back in that room and how much fun we have. So it was cool to see that and how they stepped up, and we're going to need them to step up even more.
What do you think Emeka's potential could be, like as you watched the offseason, as you watched when he had to step in, and then as a rookie, he was having to take the Mike Evans treatment where suddenly he's getting all that attention you talked about, how he handled that, how he handled having to step in, what you think he could end up having as a career moving forward?
Mick's ceiling is the highest it can go. Like, he's that great of a player and a person. And it's not an accident that he started how he did, because he was such a professional already. He's extremely smart. People don't understand like how smart this man is. Like, he's really one of the smartest players I've ever been around, and he's 22 years old. So, I mean, his potential is infinite, and he could be one of the best receivers to ever play this game. And I'm happy to call him a teammate. Definitely one of the best young players I've ever been around.
Do you see him taking down them records?
Potentially, if anybody does it, I hope it's him. I hope it's him. And the only thing is just the health. And you got to have, coordinators that try to get you the ball. And you got to have quarterbacks that are trying to get you the ball. But he can definitely do it.
No doubt.
And I hope so.
It's funny you brought that up. Are you the guy that, like, how would you feel someday if your records, any of them, like here, got broken? Like, what would be, do you think, the emotions behind that?
I would be ecstatic, especially if it's a Mick.
Yeah.
Because we're teammates, and I'm trying to help him be the best player he can be. So, that's number one. And then if somebody breaks it down the line that I don't know, God bless you, man. Like, you got it. You got it. I mean, it's going to take some work.
Yeah.
Especially to be in Tampa for
that long.
However long,
yeah.
And it's so hot here too. That's what people don't understand. Like, the practices is one of the hardest things.
Don't you guys run like almost 2-3 miles?
Yes, just full speed, like all the time. And then when you're younger, you don't get many practices off. Like, Mick didn't have many practices off. So, I mean,
you got a lot better at handling that, though. I feel like as your career went on, and like especially in the off season, it seemed like maybe a certain like quarterback arriving shifted a little bit of how you handled your off seasons. Is that fair?
Well, Tom definitely helped as far as treatment.
Yeah.
Like, this man was getting treatment. Was he ever in the locker room?
No.
He's always getting treatment.
Yeah.
Like, doing something for treatment. And so that's one thing I took from Tom, and just, like, might as well. Like, why not try to be at your absolute best with your body? We're athletes, you know what I mean? So that's one thing. And then each year I learned, like, how to get in better shape, what I like to do in the off season, and then the coaching staff doing a good job, and the training staff of knowing, like, what days I should practice, what days I shouldn't, what day I should have a lighter load, and what days should be my heavy days.
I remember when I first got here, you would just be like full body cramping
Yep.
at training camp. And I was like, is he okay? And I was like, yeah, it's Mike.
That was early in my career
Yeah.
where I didn't know I was going to be able to play as long as I have. And that's why it's so crazy, because you got to experience things and go through things to know what you can really do or what you can become.
And as we talk about early in our career, Tez Johnson, tell me the dynamic he has brought to this wide receiver room as the young whippersnapper full of energy.
We talked about it at the gala. Like, his energy is so infectious. He's a great player with the ball in his hands. He's a really good catcher. I've said this before. For a smaller receiver, like, you see smaller receivers, they can't pluck the ball like that.
It's crazy.
He has long arms, and he can pluck the ball. You seen his first touchdown?
Yeah,
Not
crazy.
Not many guys, period, can catch that, especially a guy under 6 feet, under 170 pounds. Like, the way he caught that ball. So he's so dynamic as far as that, and then his energy.
He's got a lot of it, and you mentioned we did talk about it in the gala.
Moments.
I felt like this would be a perfect time to play one of the clips. You were both there. Will was awesome to be an attendee. Let's watch this one panel clip that I think especially highlights the age difference potentially of some of the people in the wide receiver room. Where are the moments for you now where you see, you got teammates now, Tez's age coming in. What makes you feel like the old head in the room? What are the things that happen where you're like, oh my gosh, I am.
You already know what I'm gonna say. This motherfucker can eat a hot dog at halftime, pack of hot chips, and be even better in the second half. That's just crazy. Like, I've never seen no shit like that before in my life. and the music they listen to. I used to love rap. I still do a little bit, but they like a whole bunch of artists. They say, Mike, you know who this is? I'm like, nah, I have no clue. None of these artists are anymore.
Mike listen to Lil Wayne, DMX, and all that. I know it. That's the crazy thing. I know it because I'm an old soul, and I was the kid in the booster seat jumping up and down.
Hold on. You said Lil Wayne makes you an old soul?
Come on, DMX ain't old.
And he said he listened to it in a booster seat.
Hold on. What year were you born, Tez?
2002.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. He said.
I remember 02 vividly.
Ooh-wee.
I mean,
That was my first year playing football, too.
Oh my
What
gosh.
position? What was your first position?
He was born the year you started playing football?
Yep, going heads up, Oklahoma drill.
What was your first position?
Defensive end.
I knew it.
We talked about this before.
I know. I just wanted everybody else to know.
I just wanted the people to know.
Yeah.
How funny is it for you now having these moments where you are like, as you put it, like I started playing football when he was born, and he's calling Lil Wayne, meaning he's an old head. Like, how wild is it to be?
It's wild, and it's funny. It's a blessing at the same time, because that means that you have a long career. And I used to be in the same position, me and Will, like players we looked up to that were in their 30s, and we're 21, 22 years old, and like they just been in the league so long, and we're trying to get to where they are, and it's just different. Like, I still feel pretty young, but when I'm around them and listen to their music and their outlook on life, it's just different.
You remember being the young guy annoying the older ones on the team?
Oh my! I was like, before we found out I was a little different back then, but I remember being the old guy listening to. We had a big speaker in the locker room. It's right next to my locker. They're like, "OG, what we gonna listen to?"
OG.
We not listening to that. We not listening to that.
Trying to listen to some young boy?
Yeah. Why we listening to Young Boy every
day?
Yeah, young boy had a good run in the locker room, man.
That's
right. Camp, what camp was that? Man, I feel like I still
That
know
was
the
like
song.
2019 maybe.
So you were already old in 2019 playing.
Yeah, you're 6'7", right? You're 7.
Is that when do you cross into being old? This is an interesting point. When are you like the old head? How many years do you think?
About 7.
7?
Old?
Your body will tell you. When
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it depends. Like I'll say like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
That's
after
a lot
your
of football. 5
second
or 6 is a
contract.
lot.
Yeah. It's like
Second
dog
contract.
years.
So anytime after your second contract.
Okay, that's fair. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the Players Table, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. We're talking to Will Gholston and Mike Evans. This is Buccaneers Radio. Welcome back into the Players Table, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. Casey Phillips here with Will Gholston and Mike Evans. So as right before the break, we were talking about y'all being the old souls. I wanted to go back and remember. Tell me, Will, what do you remember about young Mike?
I remember when he got drafted, actually, they put us all in the team. I don't know if you went to that team meeting, and they showed a video of you. I was like, I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, man, that dude got a nice straight right. And then he came out and he was a dog ever since. Like,
Oh, we talking about the fight video?
yeah,
Oh,
I don't even know the reason why they showed us that. We about to start camp, right? Like,
That was Lovey. Yeah. Lovey.
yeah, Lovey Smith, yeah. Well, showed us the video. I'm like, dang, all right.
Wait, what is this video?
It was in the past.
It's
Okay.
like a little
Like a-
brawl I got into before the drafts.
Oh.
Back in the day.
I'm sorry to mention if I.
No,
Is
it's
it cool
all
to
right.
mention?
It's out there.
It's out there.
It was wow. I said, oh. So I didn't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing. That's the first impression that you give, and then I watch how he played, and I'm like, oh, he's a dog. Like from coming in straight up being a dog. And I'm just proud of the career. And even listening to you, man, like, dog, man, you making me, I'm like, jeez.
my
This guy
dude.
talk well all the time, play well all the time, great humanitarian, like the list goes on and on. So I don't really know. I don't have one great thing I can say because from him walking through the door as a rookie, he's been consistently that same guy, if not better.
I like that. What do you
Appreciate
remember
that, man.
about Will when you came in?
I don't think I speak that well. I still have to work on that.
I'm
No, you
listening
do a
to
great
you right
job.
now.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing.
Yeah, you do a great
Nah,
job.
man. Will, he's a year above me. The fierce competitor. Like my first time in camp, he was a little bit slimmer back then, and he was athletic.
I was.
No disrespect. He was. He was like a freak athlete, and the way he competed was insane. I remember his third year, my second year, we playing in St. Louis. It was St. Louis Rams last time, mustard versus ketchup, and he on the sideline. And he's done stuff that I used to do, so I'm trying to calm him down. Me and him have a good relationship. I'm like, big bro, calm down, man. He's like, get on my face. Like, I was like, I got you, bro. I got you.
Cool.
I just moved out the way. Like, he was just such an enforcer and such a great teammate. Like, he always had everybody's back on our team. And, like, dudes were scared of him for good reason.
Yeah.
So, like, one of my favorite teammates for sure.
I love that. We've talked about on the show that, Will had a bit of a glow up of, some of that side of things. I feel like you had a similar one of where, like you said, early in your career, you had a little harder time, like, knowing when and how to deploy.
We're similar. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, we're similar. Like, the way we're able to hone in on our rage, I guess, because passion is a good thing, but you can't go overboard with the emotions. You know what I mean? So I feel like as we got older, we both started to hone in on that and channel it and use it effectively in football. So
What do you think
Well
helped
said.
you do that? Like, what were the techniques or people or idea? Like, what
I
led
guess
to that for you?
life humbles you. The game of football will absolutely humble you, and I learned that I got more energy if I can just hold it in, and you just sit back and you experience things. You're like, all right, it's a long season. I need to save this. You know what I mean? So I guess just the experience helped me calm down a little bit. I'm sure the same with you.
Yeah. He's like, yep. I know also, like Will brought up, I mean, we talked about you had your gala this last Saturday, like giving back is so important to you. Why is that? What led to that? The influences of it? And I know from hearing you talk, like you care as much about that as your football and the way people will look at you and who you are. Why is that?
I just think it's important to be a good person, like especially if you've been blessed the way I've been blessed. Like I've had so many people help me in my life get to this point. I could write a whole book of the people that's helped me get here. So I've always found it important to pay it forward, and I love football to death as well. But I just always wanted to give back. My mom instilled it in me. I'm not supposed to be here. I've been blessed with just so many people to help me get here, and that's why.
I like that. And I mean, you got named top 50 players this year. It's got to be such a cool thing of you got the 1,000 yards last year, and then now with all the looking back at the 50th, like just the legacy you want to leave, as you look at these young guys that you're influencing, you look at how long you've gotten to play here. What is it that you're wanting to leave behind in the wide receiver room, on the team, and just the legacy of Mike Evans as a Buccaneer?
I just want to leave a legacy that I was a player that didn't take these opportunities for granted and was the ultimate competitor and winner. That's it. And that's what it's about. That's what I've seen players before me do. Gerald McCoy, Vincent Jackson, all my OGs before me. Like, I'm trying to do what they did for me and help me have a long, great career. I'm trying to do the same for my younger teammates and this franchise.
I'm talking to Will Gholston and Mike Evans. What keeps you at this point motivated from the football side? I mean, you've got the Super Bowl ring, you've got the 1,000 yards, you've got a Hall of Fame career. What makes you get a collarbone injury and be like, I am coming back? Like, what is it that still fuels you at this point?
Y'all know how competitive I am. Like, I'm paid to play football. And if I feel like I'm healthy enough to play, I'm going to play. Like, no matter what. That's how I've always been. That's how I always will be. And I just love the game of football. I love it. It's done things for me and my family that I never thought could happen. So I owe it. I owe it to the game. I owe it to the fans who's buying my jersey, who's cheering me on, who has those emotions when they see me get hurt, have those emotions when they see me score a touchdown. I'm doing it for all of them. My kids, my son is watching me. My daughters are watching me. I'm doing it for all of them.
Go ahead.
So I don't know if you guys have ever had the opportunity to hear dogs talking. That was like the doggest answers you can give.
And he had an alarm set for it. He knew when it was going to happen.
We planned it.
He was ready.
We timed it just right.
Just right. Yeah, I 100% agree with this. That's great.
I picked my kids up around this time.
It's such an aggressive alarm, by the way.
I know.
That's so terrible. I'm like immediately angry listening to that.
It's my personality, you guys.
It does, though. Isn't that exactly the alarm you would add?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like an Amber Alert. Like, damn, somebody just got kidnapped.
Yeah, that
An
is what that
alarm's
sounded like.
supposed to alarm you.
Yeah, it does. That's true.
So what do you feel like you would want to do post-football? What is going to be like retirement Mike's life going to look like?
I'm playing football forever.
I believe it, man.
I'm just kidding.
Look, Phillip Rivers this weekend
capping.
made me have a lot of expectations for you.
Shout out Phillip Rivers, man.
44 and a grandpa.
He's a quarterback, though.
So
he didn't
it's different.
sprint not one time. His sprint receiver is totally different.
So we're not seeing 44-year-old Mike Evans out there, we don't think?
I don't know about 34-year-old. How old am I?
How old?
32? Might not even see 34-year-old Mike. I don't know. Well, time will tell. But post-career, I obviously want to pour into my kids, and my wife. Coach I coach. I got an AAU team, the Lady Hornets, down in Dickinson, Texas.
Shout out Lady Hornets.
Shout out Lady Hornets. We coming for it all this year, and definitely some TV, maybe something in media.
Would young Mike Evans have ever considered that he would go into media post-career?
Year 10, Mike Evans wouldn't.
This is why I'm shocked by this information.
Last year, or I guess it was year 10. So 2023 season, me and Chris talked about potentially doing a podcast and what we want to do TV when we retire, because we're laid back, nonchalant guys, and we're not really in the public eye as much when we don't have to be. But we talked about it. We thought it'd be a good idea because we love sports and we love, just pop culture in general. And we think that'll be something fun to do post-career, but we'll have to see if it all aligns right.
And like we said, there won't be a post-career. You're going to play until you're 1,000 years old.
I know you got to meet me on the basketball court when you retire.
Bro, you've been saying
Ask Doc.
I beat him.
I beat him too.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Who is him?
Doc.
DeMar Dotson.
Oh.
I said it on here. You call him up and ask.
Well, I know for sure if you ask him, I beat him.
I know for sure if you call him and ask him, he will say that I beat him.
Poor DeMar's just taking strays in here. He's not even.
No, he's a good player.
No, he's good.
He's
He's really good.
So this is why y'all are measuring yourself against him.
And he played in college.
Yeah.
I didn't play in college. I could have, but I chose to play football.
How did that decision get made?
Basketball, huh?
Yeah, because this didn't work out at all for you.
If I came up in this era, I would definitely went to college for basketball.
Why?
Because it's positionless, and I was pegged as a tweener, because I had to play the big man for my AAU and my high school team because I'm I was one of the tallest,
A 4
and I was
or
the
a
most
5?
physical. I was the 4 or the 5. But I should have been. I was the 5 mostly because I was the best shot blocker on the team, best rebounder, the toughest guy on the team, strongest guy on the team. My best friend, Terran Petaway, 6'6", he was the 4, but he's your guard.
Yeah.
He's still overseas, having a great career in basketball. But yeah, basketball, I would have, if I came up in this era, I went to college for basketball.
So it was mainly you didn't know if because of the
Because I'm
tweener
really
thing
a
you
point
didn't know.
guard.
Yeah.
But our point guards were 5'9".
Yeah.
So they had to be the point guard.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I got you to talk about this. I don't think you can beat me still.
This is all
Now,
Will cares about being on the record.
I'm not as good as I was like 3 years ago,
Uh-huh.
but I will still cook you.
I want to say this.
I will cook you.
My first year out of football, I won a championship in a basketball league already.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
What
league
I was
was
like, what
this?
league is this? There's a very important
I want to join that league. You can win championships first year out.
Hey, and I'm younger than everybody else. I want to say that it was 35 and up, but they let me go.
You look 35 and up. That's
I
why.
sponsored the team. That's why they let me play.
He is paying to be the young guy. This is amazing.
He's capping, by the way. He knows he cannot beat me in basketball at all. I'll spot you points too. You still couldn't beat me, and I'll do 3 dribbles.
50 push-ups.
Going to what? Going to 10?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, God, do I want to make this happen. I want to be
We
there
gotta
with a
wait.
video
Don't
camera
worry.
for this.
After we win the Super
We'll
Bowl.
always be in Tampa no matter what.
It sounds like we need to video
Like,
this too because it doesn't sound like y'all are even going to agree on who wins. So I think we need video
It's going to
evidence.
be a
ain't
clear
gonna lie.
decision.
Yeah, I'm going to smoke him. If I score, he won't get the ball back.
What made you so good at basketball? What was your bread and butter?
Defense. Defense was my number one, and finishing at the rim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a decent shooter. Really, I was a good passer, underrated passer. This is my IQ too. IQ and defense is like
I
my
now
number
understand
one.
why you're a Team LeBron guy too. Everything you just described, I'm I see.
I mean, I
see
don't
it.
say I'm similar to LeBron.
I was about to say.
no,
Yeah,
no,
but
I
I
ain't
see
similar
why
to
this
LeBron,
is
but
your
blasphemy.
values of basketball and that he would be.
I wasn't like just a one-on-one
Yeah,
scorer
you
all the
weren't the
time, shooting the
Kobe.
mid-range. Yeah, I wasn't. I can do that now that I know, but when I grew up, we didn't have like the skills trainers and things like that.
Yeah.
They used to probably have me on the block. I'd be like, nah, if dudes be 6'8" and up in there, I'm just taking them out to the wing and just pink. You know what I mean?
You got to know that he's dead serious about everything he's speaking on.
Oh yeah, I know how seriously he takes the
Yeah,
basketball.
no, I was a solid player. I was.
Also, I know you've
All
had
state in Texas.
very, very famous.
I just had to. Had to
Had to sneak
My
it in
wife's
there.
gonna love this part.
This part of it. You also, I think, are more excited about when you get basketball players to know who you are and follow you than anything else. Is
love
that
basketball.
accurate? Yeah.
Casey, we love basketball. Like you're a hooper.
Yes.
I'm an
best.
athlete,
Yep.
but basketball was my favorite sport growing up.
Who are the what have been the moments that for you who you are for most people the celebrity they would be most excited to meet or have know they exist? For you, who have been the ones that you're just I can't believe. I know I asked the questions I know the
D-Wade
answer
and
to.
LeBron. D-Wade and Bron.
The fact that they both have
They both shouted me out on their personal Twitter accounts.
And what happened to you in that moment? Inside, what was the feeling?
Well, the D-Wade one was a little more impactful for me at the time because it was year 2. It was year 2 of my career, and he's my favorite athlete ever. Him, Peyton Manning, and then Braun as I got older. But when he reached out to me, man, I was just, wow, I've really made it. D-Wade knows who I am, and I'm crying as a kid over this man. I remember they won the finals in 06. Opening day, they get the rings. They play the Nets. They're New Jersey Nets at the time. They get blown out. It's the first game of the year, and I'm crying because they're getting blown out. Come on. I think I was in 7th grade. Come on. It ain't that serious. But that's just how passionate I was.
Yeah.
And D-Wade reached out to me, my favorite athlete. So
That was when you knew
that
you
was
made
big
it.
time.
That was the moment you're
Yeah.
I have made it in this world.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take one more break here on the Players Table, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. We're talking to Will Gholston and Mike Evans. This is Buccaneers Radio. Welcome back into the Players Table, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. Casey Phillips here with Will Gholston and Mike Evans. So we talked a little bit about favorite things to do in your free time. What you'll do maybe when you're done and retiring. What's Mike Evans gets free time right
me?
now. Yeah, what's happening?
Oof, video games.
It's still Fortnite or?
Yeah, now my son Amari plays sometimes, so we play Fortnite together. NBA 2K. Watch some reality TV with my wife, or watch a show, like whatever the most popular show is at the time. We'll probably watch that.
Probably watching that.
But that's the top two.
Yeah. And so for you, is it like for your kids, do they like sports? Have you been able to get them into that? And then also, like, how many of your shared loves have you been able to get them into? Harry Potter, are they about that life? Are they just like rejecting the things you're into?
My kids, man, I love my kids to death, but they disappoint me sometimes with with some of the things that they like. They love to be on their iPads.
Yep.
And TikTok.
Yep.
I don't even have a TikTok. I've never had a TikTok. I'll probably never have one. My two oldest daughters, they're on TikTok all the time. My oldest daughter, though, she loves basketball. So we're getting into that. I coach. She's on my team, yeah. And my 9-year-old is a gymnast. And she has some potential. She has some really good potential to do flips, very flexible.
We better hope she gets your wife's height and not yours if she wants to be a gymnast.
That's what I'm saying.
Though.
Yeah. So she's going to play all the sports, and we're going to see, because she's athletic. Mari's athletic. The Harry Potters, my oldest two, they like Harry Potter, but the other two don't really like it.
Did that break your heart a little bit?
That's the thing. That's the main part. They don't want to watch it. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Harry Potter time. They're like, I'm good. They'll take off on me, and I don't even got the energy sometimes to like make them like, get over here. We're about to watch Harry Potter. But
I know
that's a good. I've heard that's a good strategy. Is
like
force
my
it on them.
My mama used to force me to watch the movies that she liked, and I end up liking them. She didn't have to force me. I used to ask her, like the Goonies, all the Burbs, all the old school movies back in the day. My mom made me watch, and I love them now. And I try to watch with my kids. My kids see it, they say, "What is this?" I can't tell. It's like terrible production compared to what they see now.
Yeah.
You know,
They're so used to that
4K.
HD life.
it's wow.
Okay, so both of you are fathers, and I would like to hear how it has changed you, affected you being a dad. Will, you go first.
That's one of the reasons I'm so calm. To be honest, I feel like being a father to me is my entire world. I'll live for my kids and breathe for my kids. Everything that I do, via good, bad, or ugly, is just for them to be able to see what to do, what not to do, and how to do it. Blessed to be able to have them. Deuce, Sebastian, Victor. They don't like football. I'm sorry, I had to say it. They play lacrosse, so.
That's a sport where they live in Tampa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never even seen like a lacrosse pitch or
you got to go to a game.
It's pretty wild.
On the side story, I'm not to get off track, but I watched my oldest son. He hates football with a passion. He's very good, very athletic. But I watched him play like a linebacker playing lacrosse. I'm talking about leveling kids outside off the
You're like,
court.
you don't even understand. You could be doing this.
You might tell him there's more potential in being a football player, like money wise.
He don't care.
He don't get it?
He's a coder. He plays Fortnite.
Oh, then yeah, he good.
Okay.
He'll be just
right.
fine.
Yeah, he'll be good.
He'll be just fine.
My bad. It's sidetrack.
So then, Mike, what about you? How's fatherhood
Same.
affected you?
It's been an extreme blessing for me. Just trying to raise my kids to be God-fearing people, help people out, be a hand to others, be a blessing to others, and just enjoy life because it's precious and not everybody gets these opportunities.
We're talking to Will Gholston and Mike Evans. I wanted to ask you about Baker being the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the team. That I know that's something that you have been on multiple occasions, and
Will too.
And Will as well. That's true, man. I'm just among greatness right now. And tell me, for Baker, how cool it is to watch him get that honor, and how just deserving he is of that, having been someone that's been in that seat.
Man, Bake has been a pleasant surprise for me. Like, dating back to when we signed him, I did not know he was that great of a guy. Honestly, like, I wasn't stereotyping him, but I just didn't really know him like that. I had met him one time in passing, and I didn't know how he would be. This man is so, like, philanthropic. He's always doing something for charity, and he just donated so much money to him, and Emily donated so much money to our foundation at the gala a couple of days ago. And he's such a great dude, so deserving of that award. I hope he wins it, because what people don't know about Baker, he's super fiery as a player and a teammate, but he's such a great guy off the field. I swear, like, I didn't know, and I'm happy that I got the opportunity to see it up close and personal.
That's pretty cool. And that award, what did it mean to both of you to be nominated for that at some point in your career? What about you, Will?
Just learning the history of it. Once I was nominated, it's crazy what what Walter Payton did and how he paved the way for being a philanthropist in the NFL. It's an honor. I still got my Walter Payton Man of the Year ball nominee, like in my trophy case. It's one of the biggest ones I got. Like, I make sure the spotlight hits it. So it was just an honor to be able to be recognized by my teammate and by everybody else, man. Appreciate that.
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Same.
And so now going into these last few games and 2 of them being against the Panthers, Will, tell me what it's like when you are so familiar in the sense of Dave Canales was here and like, you know, kind of what he likes to do offensively. He knows kind of what we like to do. What is that like when there is that kind of level of familiarity with a coach and a team when you're especially playing them twice so close? I
think you can't go into the game going off the tendencies, because the same way they self-scout, we self-scout. So we got to be able to be who we are, offense and defensively, special team-wise, be who we are, but also know that the same way we self-scouted ourselves, they did the same thing. So come out there fiery. You know the main tendencies, attack those, take advantage of those. And like I said, I'm really excited to see what we get a chance to do.
Yeah, Mike, how have these extra days helped in terms of either preparation or just getting everybody's bodies right? And what do you guys have been working on looking forward to that Panthers game?
Number one is obviously recovery. Like, everybody's getting a chance to recover. So the Thursday night game actually kind of helped us out this year. You know, if we came out pretty clean, and everybody had 3 extra days to get healthy. And that's going to be huge for us, because we're going to have to be the most physical team Sunday if we want to win, because like you said, we know each other well. Mm-hmm. Like, we know Dave knows us.
Yep.
Played him last year twice, going to play him twice in 3 weeks this year. So we got to be the most physical team and make the least amount of mistakes.
Yeah, what do you feel like are the things that you guys are really wanting to accomplish these last few games to know that you've kind of, in a bad Bucs pun, righted the ship, right? Of what's the thing that you feel like you want to see out of the team and the guys and what you guys have been saying to each other?
Play a complete game. All aspects of the game, offense, defense, special teams.
Yep.
Play a complete game. I don't think we played a complete game all year. And what better time than do it right now late in the season when it's gearing up towards the playoffs. And
then we'll close with this. Favorite Christmas movie for you, Mike? What is it?
Home Alone.
Oh, my gosh. He said that like it was so obvious.
That's like number one. Like, you're supposed to say, what's your favorite Christmas movie besides Home Alone?
Which Home Alone? Which Home Alone?
One.
The first one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I love number 2. And number 3, it's not Macaulay Culkin. Scarlett Johansson's in that one. But it's a sleeper.
Solid.
It was good. Like 4 and Home Alone 4 and all those, they suck.
I didn't even know there were that many.
Home Alone 3 is actually good.
Yes.
His name was Alex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Got
was
the
good.
little remote control car with the nukes in it up under it.
That was a good one. I watched that a lot in daycare.
Major movie buff. I should have brought that up too.
Oh, I'm a movie head.
I think I could beat you in movie trivia. Depending on the year. 90s
good.
Movies only. Anything else you got?
I don't know. It'd be tough.
It'd be tough. What's your other like top movie or two?
Christmas.
Any other movie?
Movie all time besides the Harry Potters? Superbad's my favorite comedy because it came out when I was in 9th grade.
That's
and
peak
we had
9th
We had to
grade.
sneak in. Me and my friends, we snuck into the movie. Everybody's crying, laughing in the movie the whole time, like tears out of everybody. Like, it was crazy. One of the best movie experiences I've ever had. So Superbad. I love Training Day.
Oh, yeah.
Training Day, like when I want to get in the zone, I want to watch some great acting. Training Day.
Is that what you?
Ethan Hawke, Denzel Washington.
That's pretty good. Do you watch anything pregame to like get yourself hyped up? I know Baker watches like some Mike Tyson or something.
I'll watch my phone. It'd be like chess, or I'll play some Candy Crush, some music.
Really gets you hyped up.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Mike,
used to watch YouTube back in the day. But.
Thank you so much for joining us. This has been awesome. Congrats on another amazing gala and all the work you do. And again, we just are so happy to have you back on the field, off the field, all of it, and just so happy to have you here.
Appreciate you, Casey. Appreciate you, Will.
No doubt, brother.
All right, this has been the Players Table brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. This is Buccaneers Radio.